Hello, this is Project Cloud Games. Today, through actual gameplay, I'd like to show you the exploration and the traces left behind in this world. The world of the Relic is filled with various field events. As players explore the world, they encounter the traces of those who once lived here. Some stories are not tales of great heroes. They begin with desire, regret, and the choices of ordinary people.
My son.
Some of the stories in this world are inspired by traditional Korean folktales and legends. They may feel familiar, yet they remain very different in this world.
A man from a neighboring village claimed he had dropped his axe and received one of gold in return. The tale spread faster than wind through pine. After that day, axes began to fall into the pond. I was a woodcutter. At least, I once was. A full day's labor did not shorten my debts. Just once. Only once. That thought weighed more heavily than the axe itself. The pond gave no answer, yet none of us left. Someone said, "It tests our desire." So we waited longer. The calluses on our palms began to soften. Footprints gathered instead along the pond's edge. The mountain remains thick with trees, but fewer are felled. Sometimes the water trembles. Someone will whisper, "I saw a glimmer tonight." That one word is enough to cast away another day. The water never returned anything. I believed I had cast my axe away, but it was not iron that sank. It was the day. Time does not rise again like a golden blade from still water.
The pond took nothing. The mountain never once disappeared. Yet instead of their axes, they cast away their own time. They cast away a day, then another day. And so they cast away their lives. The golden axe never rose, and the time that sank cannot be drawn up again.
We've just obtained a sealing stone by completing this event. Through exploration and events, players can discover various sealing stones. Some are hidden deep within the wilderness. Others remain at the end of forgotten stories. Each sealing stone is connected to its own dungeon, leading players toward new places and long-forgotten secrets. Let's head to the dungeon connected to the sealing stone we just obtained. Along the way, players may discover remnants of an ancient power. People once called it Relic energy. Relic energy is an important resource used for character progression. Every location holds the life and memories of someone who once lived there.
In my childhood, my father was a giant who ruled the flame. The arms that struck heated iron were firm as fortress walls. Standing behind him, no beast in this world frightened me. I would cling to his broad back and watch the sky.
When we are children, our parents seem like giants.
When I returned from a long campaign, we still stood before the forge. But the sparks leapt lower than before. His hair had thinned, his back bore a slight curve. He rose to greet me, and his knee faltered. I rushed to steady him.
But one day, we realized even giants grow old.
His apron bore countless holes and burns. They were not marks of time alone. They were the places where flame had struck, while he forged the armor I now wore. I had believed him strong by nature. I had never considered that he might feel pain.
Some struggle to move forward. Others spend their own years lighting the path ahead.
He still said, "I can forge one more blade." Yet the hand that held the hammer paused for a breath. Without speaking, I placed my hand over his. That hand, once vast and unyielding.
At first, our parents are the ones who hold us up.
"Father, I will bear the hammer now." He passed the apron to me. For a moment, he stood holding the hammer, then let it fall from his grip. The dusk painted his back in red. "You have grown broad of shoulder."
And one day we find ourselves holding them instead.
The forge remains, the fire remains. Only the one who holds the hammer has changed. My father did not grow smaller. He lowered himself so that I might stand.
To a child, a father is the first giant he ever knows. One day, he learns the giant has grown lower. That lowering is not weakness. It is a passing of place, a quiet step aside so that a son may stand. A giant does not diminish. He merely changes where he stands.
At the end of exploration, new equipment and relics await. And those rewards will aid players throughout their journey. Along the road, players may sometimes come across old campfires. We do not know who first lit them. Yet, their traces still remain.
Soon, it will be time to put out the fire and move on, like waking from a warm dream.
Some traces outlive even the greatest legends. We wanted to create more than a journey of defeating enemies. We wanted players to explore this world and discover the traces left behind. In the end, all things become a story. But this is only one of many stories. And at the end of those stories await powerful foes and forgotten beings. In the next video, we'll introduce the combat and bosses of the Relic First Guardian. We'll see you again in the next showcase. We're being drawn here. Continuous.
Grab knife! Return the line! Shield up!
The village was set ablaze by a looter's attack. The people are gone, leaving only traces of tragedy. And still, raiders linger among the ruins. Here, players are not simply fighting, they are experiencing what truly happened in this place. Fallen soldiers, charred homes, scattered records. All of these reveal the village's past and present. Players will gather these fragments and piece together a story of their own. Even in the midst of battle, stopping to complete the tale, that is the experience unique to this game.
This village, I built it with the work of a lifetime. And now, it crumbles in the flames. I sent it.
But danger is never far away. Looters emerge from the smoke and battle begins. Every attack and every dodge consumes stamina. One moment of hesitation can decide survival.
You'll end up like the rest. This village is ours now.
Throughout the Relic, events are inspired by Korean folktales and legends. We wanted to present them not just as quests, but with a feeling of an old tale, as if grandparents were passing stories down to their grandchildren. Amidst combat and exploration, players will feel as though they are hearing ancient legends retold.
Their last breaths were a delight. Yours will be too, soon enough.
Mom, today, your daughter-in-law has said you always loved food at her house. Tonight will be a warm dinner. See you soon at the table.
But the soup was still simmering, and the table waited in silence. But dinner never began. A single meal became someone's final promise.
The priest didn't pray until the end. He picked up a sword. He fought to
The blood and fear, that's our path.
never did. A field worker. Beside me, Burton. Fishermen returned from the sea. And Lina, who worked Lina with her hands. We're not soldiers.
If you pass through this warehouse toward the church, you'll find the children.
He left. The priest stood blocking the door, but that laughter, it was more terrifying than any words.
At the end of every journey, a boss awaits. The relic features more than 70 bosses, but they are not mere enemies. Each carries a personal tale, a story of sorrow and tragedy. Defeating a boss grants special items, along with their personal journal. Within its pages lies their life, and why they were doomed to become a monster. Players inherit not just victory, but their stories as well.
Death wish. Today's your turn. I like the sound of carrying flesh left. Pray to. Maybe it will hurt less when you're gone on your path. Trying to protect someone. Family, friends, they all rotted in the fire. All that left of blazes. No more screaming, no more crying. Now it's your heart that needs to stop. That's how I survive.
I sent the children through the passage. Some cried, others bowed their heads. I picked up a sword. Its weight unfamiliar in a priest's hands, but I needed it to protect this door. The one with the blade was smiling. The one who prayed took up a sword. Some protected the children, others the gate, and some just the memory. The flames consumed the village, but the will they left behind still burned.
Thinking it here? Go! But that brave won't save you.
The Relic First Guardian is a journey of combat, exploration, and storytelling, and the experience will linger, like hearing an ancient tale retold, leaving behind a deep and haunting resonance.
You came to save! They've gone quiet!
The ones you came to save, they've gone quiet.
Hello, everyone. This is Project Cloud Games. The Relic. The First Guardian is a semi-open world action RPG that allows players to freely adventure in a fantasy world. In the game, you can enjoy the thrill of exploring an apocalyptic fantasy world and a variety of action-packed experiences. Today, along with the gameplay video, I will introduce some of the things you can experience in the world of the Relic. Before we start, there are 5 types of weapons that players can choose from which form the basis of the action. Each weapon has its unique skills, which can be changed according to your playstyle. Additionally, there are universal skills that can be used regardless of the weapon, allowing for a diverse skill setup. One-handed weapons and shields are specialized for integrated offense and defense, offering balanced gameplay. Shields provide stable protection, while one-handed weapons subdue enemies in front. Long swords possess a long reach and strong attack power. Special attacks activate an attack power buff, inflicting significant damage on enemies. Daggers enable rapid consecutive attacks, emphasizing agility. Players can skillfully dodge an attack, leading the combat flow. Battle staffs equipped with long reach employ gravity magic. While their attack speed is slow, each successful hit reduces the cooldown of skills. Two-handed weapons deliver powerful attacks, quickly draining enemy stamina. Though slow, their strong hits leave enemies defenseless, leveraging this trait in combat. In the Relic, characters do not have levels. Instead, runes, item, crafting are used to strengthen the character. Players will embark on an adventure as Guardian to collect the pieces of the great relics and close the void in the ruined continent of Arsilthus, which has been devastated by monsters called Brutal.
Please don't take it the wrong way. I'm just saying this because you might not know.
Priest Egwis of This journey allows players to meet various people in different regions and experience intriguing stories. Players can confront enemies head-on or gain an advantage using surrounding objects. With various situations arising from monsters, terrain, and weapon attributes, the game offers diverse gameplay experiences. During their adventures, players will encounter a variety of situations in different locations. Even in the same place, different scenarios can occur, allowing for a more varied adventure. Players will explore different regions, each with its unique atmosphere, and experience different vibes within the same area, depending on the situation and location. As you adventure, your exploration naturally leads to dungeons. Inside the dungeons, there are various situations and powerful bosses. Clearing a dungeon will connect you to another place, allowing you to continue your adventure. Beyond what we introduced today, look forward to discovering many bosses, runes, combat, events, and other systems. The Relic, the first Guardian, is currently under intensive development ahead of its release on consoles and PC. Please look forward to more updates.
Voice once shaped by love has fallen into a whisper that beckons despair. When desire entwined with the curse, her song twisted into a force that stirred the darkness. And then in the instant, her call is answered. A new fate opens its door. An old soldier's pendant. On the back, faint words are engraved. Elrad, I will return to my family.
Elrad, a child spins the pinwheel every day, waiting for you. I keep hoping someone might bring word of thee, or even something you left behind.
Father, the wind blew again today. Mother says the wind is you.
Though the steps never returned, their waiting became the wind that circles the hill. Only the pinwheel remembers the love of.
Brutals don't just cause pain to those who fall in battle. The ones left behind, they're the reason we fight to survive. The children you meet at the camp, the merchants on the road. Everyone you'll meet carries a story of their own. Some have lost everything to the Brutals. Others live each day in tears for their families, consumed by the void. Listen to their stories. Help them find what they need. Because you were the first Guardian.
Deep in the woods, in the home of a solitary woodcutter, traces of her still remained. People called the act of holding on love. But some bonds were never meant to let one fly. The day she could no longer look to the sky, she lost herself. neither a curse nor a punishment. It was a story of someone who lost the sky.
Shield up!